All right, I'm back. Stella's sleeping over there, so I'm not going to try and get her into this one, but we're going to take a jump up on this. This is technically I think this is a red habanero, but these things have been taking so long to ripen. I just couldn't, you can see right, I don't know if you can tell on that side, the lighting's weird, and this is a front facing camera, so the quality's not as great. This side's a little lighter. They're slowly starting to turn red here. I cut the back off just to get it started, but I want to show you the whole thing before I cut it because I'm a little wimpy on this one. I am not going to eat the thing at one time. I'm going to take a couple pieces, but I am going to eat it all. Seed and everything. So there's a major jump from a Bueno Mulata to a red hobby. This one's got a little seed in it. The other pieces have more. Well, habaneros are they're unique. They have a very, very, I would call it a fruity flavor and a fruity smell. I don't know, maybe some people might call it floral, but I think it's more fruity. But they taste very unique, and we'll see how hot it's going to be. That one definitely hits the throat. A little harder. I hate it. I have that cough reflex I get because it hits the back of the throat. And hits like where your throat and your windpipe, I guess, separate. Almost like when you choke on your water. Peppers do that to me a little bit. So definitely, I take them in smaller bites. Okay. That's it's not hot yet. I mean, it's hot, but it's not like, woo, it's not worse than the Bueno yet, but I can tell it is going to be. That it's not to its peak yet. All right, let me get a little. That piece has quite a bit more placenta on it. Part of the trouble I have with peppers is when you bite into them, depending on the juiciness of the pepper, I mean, it's like it shoots right back in my throat and hits that windpipe choke reflex. So I gotta be careful with how much I bite into it once because I've bitten to real juicy peppers and had them just squirt me right in the back. Piece number 3. That one did just what I was talking about. Get it, wash that a little bit down. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're laughing at me already. That was definitely a little hotter. It's not just the burn. It's what it does to the salivary glands. That last bite, it's almost like it's forcing almost like mucus production in my throat. Therefore, I breathed in on that last bite. And it went. It tried to get me back in the windpipe and choke me. Whew. Excuse me a little bit. I gotta get that out. Oh, that one's warm all the way down. My tongue's not bad, it's getting worse. I'm gonna wait on that last bite. I want to see what my buddy does, because I have yet to eat something this hot, this big. I've had pieces, still got that one piece left, but this one's got all that seed in it. So that's probably gonna be the hottest piece. Ooh. Oh yeah. I just want to make sure I haven't done something that hot yet, so not whole, that my body can take it. Last thing I want to happen is have me die choking on a hot pepper.
We're not doing that.
That would not be the way to go out. Oh gosh, all right. We'll give it a minute just to see what it does. Definitely a little sweatier. A little bit of my eyebrows, my eyes watering a little bit. My nose. But you can see I'm drinking more water with this one too. Got definitely producing a lot more saliva. So I got, that's me trying to keep it in my mouth. Man, those peppers taste so good though. They're one of my favorite tasting peppers so far. I'm actually growing a breed called the habanero, and it really does look a lot. They just turn orange, but I've seen them a little bigger than this one, and they taste almost identical, if not identical, to a habanero. Excuse me. Oh, that went in my nose. Oh, it's definitely creating gas, like belches, but that's probably all the water and air I'm swallowing when I'm drinking the water. Though I think I've made it past the part of choking myself to death. I have this isn't as bad as the Bujalokia. I'm growing ghost peppers, and I've eaten pieces of one. It was one of my first ripe hot peppers. And I took a bunch of little nibbles, and it wasn't that bad. I'm like, yeah, it's hot, it's hot. So I took a bigger piece, probably about not even half of that. And it is definitely, the more you eat, whoa buddy, that sucker felt like somebody was stomping on my tongue. So I'm definitely not ready to eat a whole one of those yet. Though I will probably share me eating pieces of one. All right, should I go for it, Mama? Should I go for it? Was the rest of it?
It'd be a waste not to.
Oh, all right. That's not trying. All right, that one definitely had the rest of the seeds. Pretty much most of the seeds. Let me rinse them. I don't want them just sitting in my mouth. Now I will say, the seeds and the placenta, they don't taste good. So unless you just want to burn, why keep them? The flavor is all in the flesh or the skin. And it's got plenty of heat just in the flesh of the skin. But the placenta and seeds are just going to add a little bitterness that's not tasty, not pleasant in my opinion. I can't tell yet if it's taking the heat up another notch. It's definitely refreshing the heat. Where for a second there it was actually calming down already. That's probably not the hottest habanero. That's probably one of the mildest, I would imagine. Just because, well, I don't know, I haven't done a lot of habaneros, so I'll let you know once some turn red, I'll try them again and see if, when they're fully red, if they're really hot. But that's definitely getting hotter. And I've got some chocolate habaneros that I'm growing, but they're not actually, I started them later, so they're not ready yet. So those I've heard can be insane, almost super hot. 700 Scoville, 700,000 Scoville, sorry, versus the charts I see say the orange and reds can be 150 to 350. The chocolates supposedly start at 400,000. So the hottest of the other two can be up to 700,000 from the chart that I saw. Whew, yeah, that definitely had all the seeds on it. Definitely got a little more heat on that one. But not as bad as I thought. It's just getting past that first initial response my body has in the throat. The difference for me was that one, that heat went all the way down. Not quite into my belly, but I could feel that one going down to my esophagus much further than the other two. But to me, the habanero is the tastiest of them all so far. I love those. I love those. I think it's kind of calming down. Definitely got a little more nose drip. I don't want to run this video too long. Oh man, what we do for entertainment nowadays, huh? I can't tell you if I get endorphin rushes from these. A lot of people talk about with the super hots, the endorphin rush that comes at some point. Ooh, okay, they just kicked up a notch. That's like the roof of my mouth and my tongue, mostly to the middle of the tip of my tongue. My lips are starting to get it. I'm assuming my drool is carrying the capsaicin everywhere because it's going everywhere now. That was the difference with the ghost pepper. And I'll do some more with the ghost pepper, but the ghost pepper, man, and my lips were lit up. And it lasted the lip burn lasted for 20 minutes or more. Nothing unbearable, but just hot. Okay, I think we're pretty good. That was a whole red hobby. Not quite red yet, turned orange. I'm still hot, but I'm sure that'll go for a few, so I won't run the video that long. If anything exciting happens, I'll come back. Bye.